Hello again, this is Eric with Auburn AV. Check us out at auburnav.com. Back to our clarity training here. We've got our patch done. We've done some rig view. Got our programmer going. Let me hit clear all. We've gone through how that works. We've gone through how to make palettes and how to use them. Now we're on the control booth. We're going to make a few scene cue stacks in here so we can kind of get a feel for how this operates and how you use this to run your show. But first, let's make a few cue stack of some cues so we can see how it operates. We're going to select all of our 6-bar 200s, our wash, and just for this we're just going to do some colors. So we're going to do red, and we're going to have intensity on it full if you want that to be on there, and we're going to hit record. And we're going to do a new cue list, and we'll do color chase. This is going to be tracking, I guess. And we'll do a 1 second fade in, or we'll do a 2 second fade in and a 2 second fade out, and we'll set it at a high priority. We're gonna set all those there. We're gonna record all of our intensity and beam. We're gonna have everything be in this cue. And we're gonna also set it to action go button. So this will be a button press instead of a fader. Keep settings there again. Hit record. Alright, so we've created a red scene. Now, since we're just doing a color chase, we can just move on and click orange. And if you go over here to rig view, you'll see that they're all now orange. So we're going to do a warm color chase. And you can hit append last, and that adds it to that one. And then we can do yellow, go over to rig view, you see that they're all yellow, go back to palettes, append last, and we'll do magenta, and hit append last. You can also hit record, and it'll let you add it in there to it. You can rename all these cues in here if you want to. I'll show you how to do that real fast when we get back to this. So we've done that. Now we're going to create a cool color one. So we have 2 stacks to play with. So we're going to hit clear. And we'll go to the green, and we'll hit record, and we'll do cool color chase. We'll hit new cue list, and just do warm colors, reds, yellows, orange. Cool colors are green, blues, purples. Sorry, I hit my capital key there. That has all those same because we said keep settings. So hit record. Now we're going to do light blue and append last, blue, append last, and that should be all of that there. Alright, so go to control booth, and we'll see we have our 2 color chase scenes there. So this one has 5 cues in it, this one just has 3. So, and this is all set as a halt. So we talked about halt earlier, we'll show you. You can fix it to follow, halt. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our color chase down here, and I'll show you the different ways that this can operate. We'll pull them both down here. So this little box has popped up in here, and this is how you run this. If you don't have a console to use, then you can run your cues this way. For a theatrical purpose, what I can think of is if you wanted to do cue stacks in here of all of your cues for, say for instance, this is scene 1 and this is scene 2 in the play or musical. You can sit here and you hit play, and they're set as a halt. So you hit play, that brings up the first cue that you need in scene 1. Then when you get set and the show manager says, alright, lighting, next cue, hit that, boom, next cue, and so on and so forth until you get through them all. And you can see in here in rig view, these are all, right now they're on blue. I guess we threw blue in there. I didn't know if we meant to or not, but hit play, programmer, you can see your rig view is still blue. What are we doing here? Oh, because I got to clear all. Aha. So there you go. There's something you saw in real time. The rig view was still showing blue because in programmer it was on blue, and the release the cues aren't going to override the programmer. Programmer overrides your cues running. So now, if I hit play, you'll see on the next one rig view that's orange. If I hit play again, it moves to the next scene, and in rig view it's yellow, so on and so forth. Hit release all. Go back to our control booth. Now, if I switch, that's if you have it in halt. If you have it in halt, I have to play every time. And if you miss one, you can hit the back button, forward button. You can scroll through them that way. You can pause. There you go. You can edit that cue, so that brings me in blind. If I had the wrong color there, I could change it and hit save as and update it there. To turn this off, if you ever get in here to do this and you've got this open, you have to right click and hit close to make it go away and go back to where you can use it again. Just something to note for later. So if you had this scene, you made a mistake, and you open it up in edit. In order to get out of edit, you have to right click there and close once you're done editing and you've saved it. That's something that clients get stuck on quite often when we first introduce clarity to them. So be careful with that one. That's one you look out for. That'll save you a lot of problems when you learn that there. So back on control booth. So we've had that as halt. You have to hit play to go from, you have to hit the action button to make it go. Now we're going to change all these to follow. Oops. There you go. Follow. Fade times, you can set them at 2. You can set a delay, so before it moves, you can do like 2 seconds, 1 second, 3 seconds, 1 second, oh, 1 second. And then now, if we hit play on this color chase, it's going to go through all of them. So when it gets to done with that one, and it just moves through them automatically. And it goes set on this delay time, so it hits the end there, delays for 3 seconds, and then it moves on. So if we go over to rig view, we can see them cross fade, and you'll see it move. See? And if you want to fix that back, you can settle these back to 0. We can release it. All right, so, and we can fix all this back to halts. So that's how you would use those. You can create your own chases this way. If you use them in the halt setting, then you can use them for, like I said, if you're having a cue stack that you want to move based on a cue from like Stage Manager or something like that in a play or musical, then that's how you would use that. You just play through each one. Have them set with your go button. Same with this one. See how it's got that 2 second fade on there? So if you take that out, now you can scroll through them and it'll go faster. Boom, boom. So that's kind of like a snap-on. And if you have that fade sitting there, it's a snap-on for that. But if you're in the programmer, it's in the rig view itself, you'll see it. Doesn't quite snap. Try to way to show you that, but so you got fade time, delay time. You can do an out delay, an out fade. Let's release all. Released everybody. And then also, we get back to your hardware clarity. You can sit here and you can have this open and you put that color chase right here, and you put this color chase right here, and then you have your play button here and your pause back button right there. So we can probably do that here. So now we can go over here to rig view, and this will stay on top. And now we can see if we hit play, boom, look at there. And then next one, hit it again, that turned it off. So in this case, that's off and on. Toggles that off and on, and this one would be the next. So hit that, that goes next, just like that. Next, next. Toggle it off, toggle that one on. I think I put the same cue on both of them by accident there, but you get the idea. If you want to delete the cue, you can hear clear and clear it out. So we go back up here to control booth, and this time we'll grab cool color chase, put it there, and then color chase, put it there, release all. We can make this. Now we can go to rig view, and it's not going to do anything because it's in this mode. There you go. Next. You can see the differences in there. It's all the different fade times that we have in here in the control for that. Set in here, so you see it move around. But that's how your programmer works. You can use this section here to also play this cue. It gives you a bigger button to hit. So if you have this one selected, you hit play, you'll see that these buttons react the same way as if you're working on it down here. You can also, if you have a effects module set in one of these cues, you can change the effects rate and effects amplitude there. You can also release from here. But that's how the control booth works. You've got several pages you can add into here. So if you're trying to lay out your show for theatrical, or I would tend to use this for a theatrical or church setting where you have set cues that are happening at a certain time and you're going to hit them in order going down the line here. Then you can have like page 1 be act 1, page 2 be act 2, something like that, and where you have scene 1, act 1 would be here, and your cues for that entire scene can be stacked in there, and you just keep hitting play, scrolling all the way through them. And if you have it selected up here, it'll give you the feedback on those also. But that's it for the control booth. That kind of gives you an idea of how to use control booth, the basics on it anyway. And the next one we'll do is on the performance window, which will be neat because we can have some presets set in here for how to set all this in here. So we'll work on the performance window next. I'll make some intensity scenes and color scenes that we can throw in here, and you kind of see how that reacts. All right. Thank you for watching. This is Eric with Auburn AV, and we'll see you on the next video.